Well, they're ongoing, and it's a combination of Ukrainian authorities, international aid organizations, and Ukrainian volunteers, individuals who, for example, happen to have a boat or other equipment that could be useful and drove down to Kherson and the surrounding area in order to try to help out. These are the people who came under shelling yesterday in the center of Kherson. I think among the injured, there are actually more aid workers or volunteers than evacuees. The scene in Kherson, where I was yesterday before the shelling started and we had to get out of there, was of volunteers saying that they're finding it hard to find more people who are willing to be evacuated. But what happens is that people who might not be willing to be evacuated one day tell people that they're going to stick it out, that they're confident the waters will start to subside the following day when it doesn't seem that the waters have started subsiding. And that was the case yesterday. They carried on rising despite the fact that officials had predicted they would start subsiding yesterday. Then these people decide to be evacuated after all. And so people on boats are going around the same places hour after hour, day after day, calling out, do you want to be evacuated? They don't come offering people any kind of humanitarian aid, water or food or things like that for those who want to stay put, because they strongly believe that what they ought to do is to get out of there. And so they're trying to persuade people to come with them on the boats to come to dry land. Then there's the question of people on the Russian-held side of the river, which is actually 2/3 of the total flooded territory. Ukraine is accusing Russia of really not doing what it should be doing in order to guarantee the safety of those people. We had a little bit of first-hand evidence of that yesterday when a family was brought across from the other side, and they said that Russian soldiers who were very near where they were said that they were going to take one of their comrades, I think, somewhere, and they'd be back in very short time in order to rescue that family. They promised to come back, and they didn't.
And Gulliver, what can you tell us about what's happening in the Zaporizhzhia region? Russian forces saying that they fought a 2-hour-long battle with Ukrainian troops. Is it likely, is it even possible to know whether this might be the start of this highly anticipated Ukrainian counteroffensive?
Well, my feeling was that the Ukrainian counteroffensive started with the video that was released on Monday, the 5th of June, which said there will be no official announcement. It seemed to me that that was a joke, that that was the official announcement, but that the message the Ukrainians wanted to put across by releasing that official video made by the armed forces was that loose lips sink ships, as the expression goes in English, that it's important to not reveal plans and to not reveal detailed information about what's going on. But since Monday, the 5th of June, there's been a major uptick in fighting all along the front line. Independent analysts who are looking at both Russian telegram channels who are a bit more loose-lipped about this than the Ukrainians are, and satellite imagery are talking about fighting on 3 major axes on the front line. One of those is that Zaporizhzhia region near Orikhiv that you mentioned. Then there's western Donetsk region near Velika Novosilka, and then there is around Bakhmut. On the second 2 of those, it sounds from what I'm reading that the Ukrainians have advanced a bit more than they have managed to in Zaporizhzhia region, where they apparently took some Russian positions, but then were forced back again by a Russian counteroffensive, if you will. I think that is the battle that we're talking about that took place yesterday. The Russians actually erasing some of the gains that the Ukrainians had made. But all of this is very, very hard to confirm.